Tumsubiri Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania aweze kuingia ndani ya ukumbi huu. Niombe wale wote ambao wanatakiwa kuketi katika maeneo ambayo yametengwa kwa ajili yao. Sasa ni wakati mwafaka wa kuweza kufanya hivyo, ili kusudi wakati wowote kuanzia sasa tuweze kumpokea Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania na tuweze kuanza ratiba yetu.
Naam, niendelee kujuza kwamba hii ni mara 4 kufanyika maonesho haya ya viwanda ama wiki ya viwanda toka ilipoasisiwa. Nilipokujuza kwamba mwaka jana ilifanyika jijini Windhoek, mwaka jana Windhoek Namibia, na mwaka huu inafanyika Tanzania. Washiriki ni taasisi za kimataifa, lakini pia kuna wadau wa maendeleo hususan katika sekta ya viwanda, lakini pia sekta binafsi na taasisi za umma pia zinashiriki maonesho haya ama wiki hii ya viwanda, bila kusahau watu binafsi pia nao wana.
Naomba sasa tuweze kusimama tuweze kumpokea
maonesho haya ya viwanda ama wiki ya viwanda ya Sadc. Naam, Mheshimiwa Rais anaingia hivyo katika ukumbi huu tayari kabisa kuja kufungua mkutano huu ama maadhimisho haya na maonesho ya wiki ya viwanda ya Jumuiya ya Maendeleo ya Kusini mwa Afrika Sadc. Mheshimiwa Rais anaingia namna vile katika ukumbi huu tayari kabisa kuja kutoa neno na kuzindua rasmi kabisa maonesho haya ama wiki ya viwanda, ambayo baada ya wiki hii ya viwanda kutafuatiwa na mikutano mbalimbali ya viongozi, lakini pia baraza la mawaziri ambao pia watakuwa na baraza lao litafanyika, lakini pia kabla ya ule mkutano wa kilele wa viongozi ambao utafanyika tarehe 17 na 18.
Nyimbo hizi zitafanywa na brass band ya Jeshi la Polisi Tanzania. Brass band, karibu kwa nyimbo hizo. Asante, naomba tuketi. Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, kwa heshima kubwa naomba utambue uwepo wa viongozi mbalimbali kama ifuatavyo. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa waheshimiwa mawaziri kutoka serikali ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania na serikali ya Mapinduzi ya Zanzibar. Naomba tusimame. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa manaibu mawaziri wote. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa makatibu wakuu wa wizara mbalimbali. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa manaibu makatibu wakuu wa wizara mbalimbali. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa waheshimiwa wabunge. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa wakuu wa vyombo vya ulinzi. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa mabalozi mbalimbali wanazoziwakilisha nchi zao nchini Tanzania. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa jumuiya mbalimbali za kimataifa, wawakilishi wa jumuiya mbalimbali za kimataifa. Thank you. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa wenyeviti wa taasisi mbalimbali. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa maafisa watendaji wakuu wa taasisi mbalimbali za serikali ndani ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba utambue uwepo wa jumuiya ya wafanya biashara. Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa heshima kubwa naomba utambue uwepo wa Secretariat ya Sadc. Thank you. Mheshimiwa Rais, mwisho kabisa naomba utambue uwepo wa vyombo mbalimbali vya habari vya ndani na nje ya Tanzania. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much. To start up our program, Your Excellency, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, the Ministers, Deputy Ministers, Permanent Secretaries, Deputy Permanent Secretaries, Ambassadors, Heads of International Agencies, Chairpersons of institutions, CEOs, members of the business community, Sadc Secretariat, and members of the media. I now welcome Professor Francis to give us 5 minutes of key areas for conducive environment, which will touch upon the theme of this year, Sadc Industrialization Week. Prof, you have 5 minutes.
His Excellency Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, President of the United Republic of Tanzania and our chief guest, Excellencies, heads of states and governments present here, Excellencies, ministers and members of parliament present here, Excellencies, ambassadors, Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is an exceptional honor and great privilege for me to be among you and to participate in this year's Sadc Industrial Week. The week precedes, yes, another great and momentous occasion, the Sadc Summit, which will take place on the 17th and 18th of this month. Before I proceed, please allow me to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this event, the Sadc Secretariat, the Sadc Business Council, and the government of the United Republic of Tanzania. Now, my task has been specified as introducing the key issues for a country which wants to build an industrial economy. And I'll use the next few minutes to highlight those issues. Experience gathered from over 400 years of industrialization endeavors reveal that wherever industrialization has occurred, it was fostered by a trinity comprising of high-level political and policy stewardship, the creation of fundamental productive capacities, and that complemented by flanking measures. When we talk about productive capacities, we mean such capacities as diverse financial resource capacities to be able to finance your industrialization, to have financial institutions with the right instruments to do that. But there are also a number of non-financial resource capacities like building technological capacities, industrial entrepreneurship capacities, institutions which advocate industrial transformation, and so on. But for that to work, we also need high-level political and policy leadership. And here, examples and lessons abound. For instance, the seed of the miracle of the Han River in South Korea was sown by General Park Chung-hee, who presided from 1961 to 1979. In Malaysia, it was Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. In China, it was Mao Zedong who laid the foundation on which later on Deng Xiaoping led the country towards industrial transformation. Of course, we also need a regulatory governance framework as part of that political and policy stewardship. And the overall purpose of a regulatory governance is to guide the architecture of an action plan for developing fundamental capacities for industrial transformation. And when we talk about the flanking measures, which need to complement political stewardship and policy governance, as well as to complement the fundamental productive capacities, here we mean that countries which have succeeded to industrialize, they did leverage a number of capacities, including their own natural resources, markets. They did also identify foundation industries, and they also capitalize on international partnership. If you get the right partners, it is easier to industrialize. But if you don't have the right partners, you might not achieve it. Having said those few things, now in conclusion, let me say that there is no option to socially inclusive and environmentally sustainable industrialization in our Sadc region. It must be done, and it must be done fast. When we contemplate about how we want to guide our region, let us remember that working in a very unfriendly framework conditions, in particular in relation to technological protectionism, China still managed to compress the industrialization process into 3 decades, which was in stark contrast to hundreds of years needed by earlier industrializers in Europe and America and Japan. In the Sadc region of the 21st century, therefore, industrialization can be achieved within a generation if we do it right. Doing it right means we need a working trinity of high-level political and policy stewardship, creating the fundamental productive capacities and identifying the complementary flanking measures tailored to the needs of the region and to the needs of each of the region's countries. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, kwa heshima kubwa naomba utambue uwepo wa Mheshimiwa Mzee Joseph Warioba, makamu wa kwanza wa Rais na Waziri Mkuu mstaafu. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba pia utambue uwepo wa Mzee Joseph Butiku kutoka Mwalimu Nyerere Foundation. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Professor Francis, for showcasing, you call them the 3 trinity that are important for creating conducive environment. I now would like to welcome Ms. Charity Muia, who is the Chairperson of Sadc Business Council, to give us a few remarks. Karibu. A round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. Your Excellency, President the Honorable John Pombe Magufuli, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, the Executive Secretary of the Sadiq Secretariat, Madam Dr. Stegomena Tex, the Minister of Trade and Industry of the Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Innocent Bashungwa, and the other ministers present. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to stand on the protocol already established. My name is Charity. I'm from Namibia. And for a start, I do not know why it took me so long to come to Tanzania. This is my first time to come to Tanzania, Your Excellency. I have worked in various capacities, and I must say, thank you for the hospitality from the Tanzanian people. Your hospitality is really beyond measure. Mungu abariki Tanzania. Mungu abariki watu wa Tanzania. Your Excellency, recently when you came to Namibia, you gave a directive that Namibia should introduce Kiswahili in schools. I think I'm moving quite ahead of the government. Thank you very much. I did a bit of research on Tanzania, and I'm informed that the majority of Tanzanians are actually Christians. Please permit me to quote scripture as I start with my statement. 1 Corinthians 1:10. I appeal to you, brothers and sisters, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that all of you agree with one another in what you say, and that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly united in mind and thoughts. Sadc, within it, has got the word community. And the idea of community comes from the sense of responsibility we have for each other. There is no way you can speak unity when the majority of people who make the majority of the world population are excluded in decision making. I'm speaking about women. I'm proud to say that today, as I hand over the chairmanship for the Sadc Business Council, I have served as the first female of this council that we're launching. Thank God. I was recently appointed as the Chief Executive Officer of the Namibia Chamber of Commerce that has been in existence for 30 years. I became the first female CEO. I thank God. But this is not about me. I'm speaking about the issue of unity. There is no way you can come to the table and discuss unity development when all the sectors of society are not brought to the table. And this speaks volume of the reason that I am standing here today, that we want to thank the Sadc leadership for this time that you have included the private sector in all the structures of the Sadc decision-making organs. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to take this opportunity to thank the Sadc Summit and the Sadc Council of Ministers for recognizing the importance of the private sector in the implementation of the Sadc industrialization strategy and roadmap and other related projects and programs at regional level. Successfully industrializing our region requires a combined effort from public and private sector. The public sector is required to create an enabling business environment to attract meaningful regional investments, with the private sector providing resources to industrialize and in the process creating the needed job opportunities for our people in the region. Allow me, Your Excellency, to express our appreciation to the government of the United Republic of Tanzania for recognizing the launch of the Sadc Business Council later today. The Sadc Business Council, or Sadc-BC, is a regional apex body of national business associations of the 16 Sadc member states and the regional business associations in Southern Africa. And the purpose of the Sadc Business Council is to be the central regional private sector platform for the public sector to act on matters of regional economic development and industrialization. At this juncture, may I just recognize the members of the council that are present here in this meeting, if you can all just raise for you to be seen. Members of the Sadc Business Council? We are all here, come on, are we afraid? Thank you very much, be seated. Your Excellency, when I was requested to actually deliver a statement here, I looked at the program and saw that the majority of the speakers on this program would actually be men. And I asked myself, why did it actually have to be me to be speaking at this platform? And then I was reminded that even we look at this room, when you want anything said, ask a man. But if you want something done, ask a woman. I believe that the majority of the women that are busy doing are at exhibitions. So please, let's make sure to find time to go and see these women that are really making the moves, the trailblazers of Southern Africa, that we support them fully. The Sadc Business Council will be known as the legacy of the United Republic of Tanzania Sadc chairmanship. Its launch and purpose dovetails with the theme of this conference: a conducive environment for inclusive and sustainable industrial development, increased intra-regional trade and job creation. The Sadc Business Council will help to increase intra-regional trade and creating job opportunities in the region by marketing Sadc strategically for both foreign direct investment as well as domestic investments. In closing, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Sadc Business Council, we wish to thank all the partners and supporters of this event. This includes our hosts, the United Republic of Tanzania and the Tanzanian Ministry of Industry and Trade. Our hosts, our National Business Association, the Tanzania Private Sector Foundation, all partners and sponsors including the European Union, GIZ, the African Development Bank, Industrial Development Corporation, Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, TIB Development Bank, NMB Bank, the management and staff of the Julius Nyerere International Convention Center, all participants that will be providing the valuable time and inputs over the next few years. But most importantly, Your Excellency, it's your presence in gracing this occasion. We thank you very much. I wish all of us a successful event and hope that it meets your expectations. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. Mungu ibariki Sadiq. Asante sana. Obrigado.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Kwa heshima kubwa naomba pia utambue uwepo wa Waziri wa Biashara, Utalii na Nishati wa Komoro.
Thank you so much, the outgoing Chairperson of Sadc Business Council, and in particular for the great work that you've done. I'd now like to call upon the current Chairperson of Tanzania Private Sector Foundation, Mr. Salum Shamte, to give his remarks. Karibu.